Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
My brothers and sisters, you will hear a story from this Karen in this video, talking about the racist things who voted for Donald Trump. The Nebraska farmers are going to lose their farmlands, because they didn't know that Trump, and maybe Elon Musk too, wanted to kick the illegal Mexicans out of Nebraska and put them in prison camps somewhere in America that the American people do not know about or do not know where this prison camp is. The Nebraska farmers are now suffering the loss of their Mexican workers to the point that some farmers have to sell their farmlands or use some things that Trump or Elon gives them, which is a lot of more money for real. And most Nebraska farmers can't afford Trump or Elon offer at all. Next, my brothers and sisters, hear what this Karen says, who is related to one of those racist thing Nebraska farmers.
I have a question for the rest of America. Does anyone even care about Nebraska? Does anyone even care?
2,000 years later.
I fear we have to talk about that "does anybody care about Nebraska" video. When I recorded that video, it was just a random thought I had while I was driving around. It wasn't in any sort of political reference to anything. It was just a random thought of, I wonder if anyone's like thinking about Nebraska. And their response was overwhelmingly, no, not at all. Not for a damn second. Which, fair enough, we're kind of in the middle of nowhere and there's not a lot going on here. I think what I didn't expect and what became like very surprising to me, because I'm not a political content creator, the comments got very, very political and hateful. And I just want to make one thing extremely clear. This is not a Trump hat. Just because it's red does not mean it's a Trump hat. This is a Nebraska Cornhuskers hat. It's for our football team and sports. Yay, go Nebraska. I do not support the whole like Trump, MAGA, whatever's happening there, and it is very concerning. It is, but that's not something that I talk about online. So just making it perfectly clear, I do not endorse that. I do not support that, okay? I think it's a divisive system, two feathers of the same bird, and it wants us to be divisive and hateful and do these things that we're doing in the comments, when my belief system is that humans are way more than their political beliefs and we need to come together and find common ground. I truly do care about my community and Nebraska as a whole, and it does hurt when things are happening that are out of my control. That doesn't mean I would ever wish ill on anyone who thinks or believes differently than me. Listen, I know Nebraska has issues. It is not always sunshine and rainbows here, but for the overwhelming majority of my 32 years here, I see kindness everywhere. Like just last month, there was a really cold like freeze thing. Our local homeless shelter posted on Facebook that they needed supplies, and the community, it doesn't matter like who they, like the whole community showed up and like completely overwhelmed them with more supplies than they could ever need. Not could ever need, but like they filled their bank. Our community did that and came together, and they didn't ask before they donated or supported the homeless shelter, hey, who'd you vote for? I also, like, I'm leaving room for people who don't have the same experiences that I do, so I can listen and learn, and we can have constructive, productive, constructive conversations like around these things. My content, it's never going to be political. This will probably be the most political video that I ever make. That's just not my lane, and I'm not gonna get out of my lane. Like, that's not my lane. My lane is just making fun content about Nebraska and the life that I live here. So yeah, at the end of the day, I guess thanks for thinking about Nebraska for a couple seconds, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Love you. Bye.
Also, my brothers and sisters, these racist things Nebraska farmers who voted for Trump are now getting their wake-up call for real, because these racist things from Nebraska ancestors stole the land from African Americans and Native Americans too, from 6,000 years ago, and the racist things are feeling the karma going towards them now. And I, and a lot of African Americans too, feel nothing for the racist things from Nebraska too, because of what their ancestors did to our ancestors 6,000 years ago, my brothers and sisters. If you like this video, please share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel and other social media platforms too, my brothers and sisters.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer